What's up, Roamies? We're back out west. This is New Mexico, the land of enchantment.
What's up, Roamies? So yeah, like Nadia said, we made it to New Mexico. When we last caught up with you guys, we were out in Texas for the summit. So now we're out here in New Mexico. Anytime we get a chance to come out west, we absolutely love it. We get to come visit some beautiful national forest land, do some excellent boondocking. So today we're going to share with you a little bit of our process for boondocking and kind of show you how you guys can get in on this too. Boondocking for all. So we're actually checking out a map real quick because we were talking to a ranger and she was telling me about some perfect spots to go get some dry camping or boondocking done. So I'm just making sure that I have the necessary information so that we can get to the right spot.
So we've been spending the last couple nights boondocking out here in New Mexico. And this morning, the U.S. Forest Service Ranger came out and let us know that they're actually going to be closing the spot that we were in to do some work. But she was nice enough to give us some tips on some alternative boondocking spots. And she pointed us out here to this day use area so we could take a look at the map. And you saw John doing that.
I think we might have access here.
Really? What is it looking like on there?
Yeah, it looks like it. We should go check it out. Let's go check it out.
And that map, in combination with checking on Google Satellite View, John is thinking that the trend can make it up there to some of these spots. So we're gonna go find out.
When you go to some of these ranger stations or trail maps that they give you, they'll actually denote exactly where you can go with a motorized vehicle or off-road only vehicles so that you have all the information necessary to do a successful boondocking stay.
All right, so we are headed to check out these potential boondocking spots.
Yeah, in a recent article, Nadia shared a couple of our go-to tools and resources for finding some of these epic boondocking spots. And so, like she just said, we were able to use some knowledge from the Forest Service Ranger. They're always very, very kind, so I would urge you guys to definitely go out and visit either the nearest Forest Service Ranger station or just go hop online. But they're always very, very helpful. So using that, using a little bit of the satellite view, I think we're going to find a really nice spot here. We just have to figure out if we have clearance issues. And a lot of you guys have asked us about boondocking and how we find the spots. You've seen some of the pictures. And these are the tools, these are the ways that we get up here. This is how we get out to some of these awesome spots.
So in our blog post, you could read about those tools. We use Campendium, rely a lot on Google Satellite Maps, the U.S. Forest Service website, and a very healthy dose of curiosity. We'll actually be taking you through exactly how to use those tools and what it is that we see on screen and identify as having potential in upcoming videos. Right now we are using U.S. National Forest maps, Google Satellite, and Curiosity because we have no idea if the trend really can make it to these spots.
Our old setup with the truck and the trailer, it used to be a little bit of a challenge, but we used to get to some pretty wild spots. I can already tell, and I don't know if you can see, but some of these rock obstacles are probably a bit too aggressive before the trend. We just don't have the clearance that we used to. So I'm gonna walk out there and see what we got ahead. And this is typically one of the things we do quite often, is just scout it out and figure out whether or not you can do it. So let's go take a look and see what that looks like. So sometimes when you're not sure, you just have to scout it out. Like I said, in the truck and the trailer, we had pretty decent clearance, and we used to be able to get to some pretty outrageous spots. Now with the RV, or with the new RV, it's a little bit more daunting to reach some areas. So I can already see that some of these spots, it might just be a little bit tough. But as you come out to these spots, you end up finding some really awesome overlooks. You'll usually see fire rings, and that'll kind of denote a good camp spot. Sometimes you'll be out here and you'll actually have marked camp spots, and they'll be numbered, and you can actually find them on a map and let somebody know exactly where you're at. So this one's probably a no-go, guys. It looks like it's going to be a little bit too taxing for the trend. Maybe if I had a Revel, I'd definitely, not maybe, if I had a Revel, I'd be coming up here. So since we're in that baby right there, I'm not gonna push my luck. There is, however, another way around this area, and I'm gonna go find that road. All right, no go, but there's another way around, and I'm gonna go find that road.
Let's do it.
So the Forest Service is really great. If there are any road closures, usually you'll find gates like that, and they'll usually post the sign and let you know either seasonal dates or for what reason there's a road closure. And you'll get any other pertinent information if there are any kinds of wildlife in the area that have been seen that you should be aware of, or any other maybe flood dangers or just other kinds of natural occurrences that you might want to be aware of. But they're really great. Just about everywhere we've gone, they take a lot of pride in what they do. So as usual, I'm gonna get out and scope it out. We might not have access from this side either, but I'll find out. I'll be right back. I'll let you know how it turns out.
What do you think, Remy? What do you think? You're thinking your truck and trailer would have made it through? The truck and trailer would have made it through. So, John's not back yet. Sometimes it takes a little while. I'm just here waiting and wondering. It took him a while. Maybe that's good news. Oh, here he comes.
I think we can make it. I think we have a shot.
See, guys, I told you it was good news. It had taken a while. Must
So,
have looked promising.
I think we can make it. We're gonna try. And if it gets a little dicey, I guess we'll just go in reverse for a little while.
Oh, like that hasn't happened before.
Yeah.
Guys, looks like the trend made it. Let's go in and find out if John can get the trend situated. Looks like we might be situated.
And to top it all off, a pretty level spot. Just gonna go up on the side a little bit will be leveled out, and then we'll have some fun. Alright guys, so we made it to our boondocking spot. We're out here enjoying a cup of coffee, a little bit of tea.
So on our blog post, we take you through the 4 tools that we use. Campendium is a fantastic app. We walk you through the boondocking spot we were at in New Mexico before this one, just at the base of the Oregon Mountains. How we found that spot, which we'll walk you through on screen and show you exactly how it's done in an upcoming video. Then we talk about Google satellite maps and how we used that to find a last-minute spot in Flagstaff last year so that we could have dinner at a singing steakhouse with a friend. And then we talk a little bit about how we use the U.S. Forest Service website and how we use that one to find a spot in Bend, Oregon, was it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also talk a little bit about how it in combination with those things, you need a little bit of curiosity, and that is definitely something that John brings to the table is a lot of curiosity. I may, on occasion, think maybe it's not a good idea to go down a certain road. He usually insists with great results. And we do also touch on that it doesn't always lead to an epic boondocking spot, but I would say more often than not it does.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely times where you hit a dead end and either there's a gate that's closed or there are too many obstacles in the road, or you don't have a revel and you can't get the proper clearance.
And one of these days
that's a possibility. Yeah, it happens to us fairly often. But yeah, when somebody asks, you know, how do you guys end up in these beautiful boondocking spots, a lot of it is just trial and error, curiosity, and kind of a dash of courage, I guess, to try to get through some of the obstacles. But where there's a will, there's a way, and many times you can end up in a beautiful spot like this.
Still, we're gonna have to tell them one of these days about that time we had to get our rig out with a crowbar, I think.
There was that time.
Happens.
There was that time. A story for another day, but there was that time. Mostly my fault. Completely my fault. So before we actually got out here, we spent some time down in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And we hadn't been able to visit before. Last year when we came out this way, we did most of our time in Santa Fe, a little bit of Albuquerque, and then all throughout some of the northern areas, mountain ranges and stuff. But we didn't get too much time down south, so that was really nice this year.
So we went out to White Sands National Monument. I really didn't know what to expect. I've seen some pictures, but I guess I thought it was something rather small. And I hadn't really heard about the sunsets. Now, a good friend did recommend that we stay for a sunset, and we did the first visit. And I mean, so first of all, White Sands is a lot bigger than I was thinking. And I am so glad that the friend told us to stay for the sunset, because it was one of the most amazing sunsets that we have ever seen. It was, the colors were vibrant, the mountains seemed to glow, and I mean, it really looked like it was a 360-degree sunset.
Yeah, it's a really special place. There's just beautiful, soft, powder-like white gypsum sand all over the place. I mean, just everywhere your eye can see. And then off in the distance you have some mountain ranges that you can pick apart. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's amazing to see nature kind of continue that process. Let's go check out what that sunset looks like.
guys, that was the sunset at White Sands. If you have any questions or comments about White Sands or boondocking, let us know in the comments. If you like this video, hit that like button.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with our adventures. And remember guys, keep roaming.
And we'll see you next time. Bye, Roamies.
Bye, Roamies.